David Riker Jr., how's it going? You first in chat? How is it going? I am not nervous at all. Was looking at the, we were looking at it last week, looking at the amount of level ups that it said I had in a given, I think it's level ups to level up, you know, how many skill ups we've had to get to the next level up, and it's like 5, and we do not have 5. So I don't know what it's counting. So we're gonna have to get some miscellaneous skills in. We did have some diseases though. We were a bit icky, and we finally dealt with that. And oh yeah, and now we're part of the Imperial tribe, the Imperial cult. I'm good. I'm good. Good to hear that you're doing well. Yeah, I kind of excited. But like nervous too. Let's see what we got. I'm glad I was kind of excited from the last time that we found the temple. Is it considered a temple? Let's see. So it says levels 8, and we've leveled up 6 times out of 10. Like, leveled what? Like, does everything count towards level up? That's like, actually, well, no, because we have more than 6 level ups in a skill. One of the things that we focused on is speed, strength. Like, what else? Seriously, like, what else? And this doesn't tell you how much since the last level up, of course. It tells you, like, how far you've gotten into, like, Restoration 26 or whatever. Which is, okay, so that's a minor skill. Man. I don't know where my calculation is not meeting the games, but I definitely have to learn whatever they're doing in the background. Either I'm missing level, like skill ups, or I am not fully understanding what they're doing. Ooh, acrobatics would be an easy one. That's strength, and we need to get strength higher. We also did die, and I think that threw me off a bit. Mercantile. Speechcraft. Ugh, mercantile and speechcraft are so slow. I would say we should level up a bunch of acrobatics for a minute. I wonder if you could do the Oblivion thing where you find a doorway and just jump.
Watch your step.
Speak up.
Like, does that work here?
What's your story?
Oh no, this just took me outside. What was that? I do look like a rather creepy figure. Oh, is that working? Look, I'm technically jumping. Stamina's going down. Let's see if I level up acrobatics really quickly or if it just doesn't count it at all. Maybe it's smarter than me. Okay. Thanks, Palps. Just saw your endurances and audibly went oof. Now you get to suffer with me. Even Invictus was like, commented on the last one. He's like, listen, I can understand if you want to back out now and just start another one now that you know things. But clearly I don't, because like my numbers are not lining up with, you know, their numbers. So either it's the death that threw me off and I got, like, I don't know, it caused me to like miss some. I didn't erase all that many though. When I died, I was like, oh, there's only a couple that I know for sure I got. So I like erased a couple like little tally marks, but that was it. Okay, wait. So this. Oh, no, no, no. We're about to. Okay. I was just being impatient. That's my fault. Just a sec. My chat on the side has decided to log me out, so I can't see anybody. I can't see anything. I mean, I can see what's on the screen though. Oh shoot! You never found that that other paper thing? The yellow notepad?
That was underneath the pile on the right hand side. It's not.
Well, okay. I guess I'm not gonna see chat on the side, which means I have to respond. Speaking to us from beyond the veil. Yeah, Mr. Nerdy knows things. He's able to do things my brain can't do, like remembering. That's a skill some people have, apparently. It's okay, I'll look for it later. It's fine. I just have to be quicker on my feet. It's okay. I looked there. I looked all the usual places. I didn't miss the level up. I was gonna say, I need the reward. 18! As you can imagine, I have to clean up around my desk quite a bit. And it devolves into madness very quickly. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. This is getting out of hand now. There are 2 of them. Aww. Well, the most we found was some desk art. Sweet. I'll look later. It's all good. Are we stooping down to oblivion levels of grinding right now? Yes. This is why I was trying not to think, and then I got those 5+2s, and I'm like, oh, this is why you gotta think. Oh, resting is illegal. Of course it is. Why is all of this not working, though? That's so annoying. So let's see. So acrobatics seems to be working relatively slowly. If we're going to if we're gonna do the whole like in the doorway thing, it doesn't seem to be working quite the way you would think it would. Are you not gonna work for me? Who knows? Okay. So it feels I've been attacked. Okay, it feels like shocker. Everyone who's known more about it than me, who's said, "Hey, go upstairs," were right. Okay, sorry. I was standing in the corner in shame, recognizing that I thought my... So my... Just to let you know, my chat on the side has just decided today to... It's basically sign me out and not work. So... I don't know how to... I can't fix it. Because the sign-in process that they give you, they're like, here, just click this to sign in. And then you click it and it's a blank page. And it doesn't load properly, which has been a problem for a while, which is why you got to keep all the sign-in information right next to you, which I had it next to me, and now it's gone. So yeah. So the weird thing about this situation is
Speak freely, friend.
I was taught how to fast travel, but I was fast traveled in the middle of this location that I don't know how to get out of. And it's gone. What's gone? See, I don't have my chat. Oh, just like the chat. Oh my. Don't know what to do. It's completely thrown me off. Everyone knows the best way to keep track of passwords is to use the same one on every site. Wink, wink. That's all you gotta do. It's so simple. But then they started making the rules that you couldn't like different places and different sites have different rules. It's so annoying. Like if they like listen, if I want to have a stupid password that can get like hacked, let me do it. Leave me alone. Don't demand that I do something smart because I'll probably just forget it and then I can't get in anyway. So like, what are we accomplishing here? Me using the same password for 10 years because I use two-factor and the password's already sick to begin with. That too, when you actually have something, you're like, that sounds pretty cool. Like, that's a good enough reason to keep going. Wait. Ah. Okay. Whee. This is effective. Morrowind leveling. Okay. Do not... I feel like it's leveling faster than when I tried to do the doorway method. I feel like it's taking into account how high you're jumping. I could be wrong, but... See, I have learned how to play Morrowind. I'm officially a pro. 13 letters. Uppercase, lowercase, subscribe, and a number. Young me knew what he was doing. Aw, dude. From the jump? Fine. You don't have to tell us how much better you are than all of us. For me, it was like lowercase. Oh, let's spice it up with a few numbers they would never guess. Also points if the numbers were totally relevant. See, I swear it's faster. Either that, or just the act of spiraling is keeping... Oh, I'm literally spiraling, guys. It's keeping me distracted. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Did you want something?
I wanted you to get out of my way. But, like, other than that, I'm pretty set.
If you don't mind, let's move this along.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to move this along. But you won't let me. I can only raise you a relevant number there, Chief. Yeah, no. I was like, see, it's perfect. How would anybody else know this? But these are things that I would easily remember. Because nobody has a brain enough to think about what I would choose. Haha, I got out. That's right. You can't stop me. Okay. So there's the... Oh. Wait. No! So I feel like there's no way to exit the top of this building. You have to go through... You have to go... Can't go over it. You can't go down the stairs, you have to go through it. Or something like that, I don't know. Well, Pilgrim, at least you know how to find Ebonheart. I didn't. Somebody told me how. Are you looking for someone in particular? Well, that depends. Yeah, it was the insanity spiral. Because if you don't know your password, then how? Exactly. If I don't even know my password, how would the hacker come up with it? It doesn't make sense. It's genius, I tell you, genius. Okay. Good day, Citizen Elise. I'm Relin Lalu. This is Ebonheart, named for Castle Ebonheart, and the Duke of Ebonheart. Duke Vidam Dren? Whenever I hear the name Dren, I always think of something that would be Star Warsy. By the grace of our Emperor, the Emperor's representative here in Vardenfell District, can I help you? Okay. Let me see. The Ebonheart's Imperial Cult Shrine is in a small walled keep at the far western end of Castle Ebonheart. The altar there cures diseases and poison. Lalatia Varian is the Imperial Priestess. Senolian Tunifus, the Mara Healer. Kay, the Zenithar Trader. And... I'm gonna... Trying to decide if the first letter, which would be capitalized, is an I, and the second one would have to be an... So it would be Euless Trupter. They look the same. That's so weird. The Stendar Savant. Well, according to some failed attempts, I'm the hacker. Who am I, really? What have I done?
I know you.
Yeah, I think we're all the hackers to our own accounts. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. It's lovely. Okay. I'm sorry. Like, first of all, this is really cool.
Go ahead, stranger.
Wow, what a manly voice. What's this about the Dark Brotherhood? You say you've been attacked by them? I said nothing. The fact that you're standing here seems to suggest otherwise. In their outfit, you mean? I can get that. Perhaps you've been attacked. I'm sorry. Perhaps you have been attacked. That's bad business. I don't know who it is that wants you dead, and I don't want to know. Thanks, helpful. Dark Brotherhood activity here on Vardenfell has been almost unheard of, and I know they have a large contingent back on the mainland. Okay? Helpful, I guess. The mainland. Yes, Mournhold itself, actually. If you're feeling particularly suicidal, you could check it out for yourself. Of course, it's not easy to get there these days. Because of the blight, boats from Vardenfell are turned away immediately. There's one way you might get there, though. Speak with Asian Rain about transport to Mournhold. She might be able to help you out. As a fan of the modern and historical firearms, I just want all the fantasy people to know that for about half the time that samurai existed, they were using guns. Wow. If that's true, it shows how much we've romanticized things and just painted them the way we wanted to see them. That's really cool. Did guns exist like they just existed like other places in the world or in their culture? But you're saying they actually use them. Like they use them. That's crazy. Sarah. But I only know the romanticized version of them. Dark Brotherhood? Okay, so I don't think he's actually, oh. See, we have to find the follow-up questions. Oh, see, now my journal has been updated. You have to find the right conversation topics to get your journal updated. Okay, she's a mage who arrived in Vardenfell the same time I did. Special appointment to Duke Dren himself. Nice woman and a powerful mage. You should be able to go find her in the Grand Council chambers here in Ebonheart. Your journal has been updated. Wow. They carried a gun. This is samurai. They carried a gun and a sword and preferred the gun if they could get away with it. Wow. If that's true, like, you know how many movies there are that talk about, like, oh, there's all this honor and stuff. Using guns isn't honorable and stuff. That just shows us putting our modern take on things, or just...
What's this about?
It's about you getting in my way.
What's this about?
Nothing. Can we get out of this castle? Is that even possible? What? Skyrim mission? What does that mean? Wait.
On your way.
Is his name literally Bring? Because I don't even know what to say to that. Bedrufflord. Grace of the Nine, Citizen Elise, I'm Bedrufflord. Welcome to Ebonheart, capital of the Vardenfell district. Are you looking for someone in particular? I don't really know. The East Empire Company is a monopolistic mercantile enterprise characterized by the Emperor and managed by a board of directors appointed by the Emperor. The company has sole authority to trade in certain goods, like Flynn, the thing you've never heard of. Raw ebony, raw glass, and Dwemer artifacts, and it also enjoys favorable tariffs and regulations for import and export of other common and exotic goods, like koarma eggs, marshmallow pulp, salt rice, and Telvanni bug musk. Thank goodness. Because of its wealth and the favor of the Empire, the East Empire Company wields considerable influence on the Duke's administration. Artifacts salvaged from Dwemer ruins are valuable but protected under Imperial law. The trade in such artifacts is illegal. Most valuable are dwarven weapons and armor, both for their superb craftsmanship and their value to collectors and scholars. Cool. Wow, there's so many topics. There's so many topics. And you gotta find your way to the end of whatever conversation just to get an update for to actually apply to your thing. This guy you're talking to is an encyclopedia? Legit, seriously. This is too much. I'm just trying to find my way to the end of whatever. Skyrim are big, strong, stubborn, and hardy. Nope. Skyrim. also known as the Old Kingdom or the Fatherland, was the first region of Tamriel settled by humans. Is this true? What? From the hardy, brave, warlike Nords. Those who descended still occupy this rugged land. Though more restrained and civilized than their barbarian ancestors, the Nords of pure blood still excel in many virtues of red war and bold exploration. Well, that's cool. Haha. There we go. Got some light in here. This guy you're talking to is okay. Ancestors. The Dunmer believe the spirits of the dead live on in our worlds. They can know and affect the future. That's a big deal. Thinking they exist, sure. Thinking they can affect the now. Hold up, I need to take a sip of coffee. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I was a couple minutes late because I decided to make my fancier, yummier coffee. And I'm so glad I did. There are 3 video game soundtracks which inject nostalgia into me, and this Morrowind main track is one of them. Yeah, I remember the first time I heard Morrowind music, I knew of Morrowind, but the first time I heard the music, I thought it was just like an artistic, what do you call it? You know, when somebody does a cover, you know, I thought it was a cover of like Oblivion music because there's such there's a good running thread between, you know, each of the games. And when I looked down and I finally realized it had the little soundtrack cover was Morrowind, I was like, oh, wow. I really like it. It's really cool to see how some of the sound changes a bit between games. Breton, what do you have to say about Bretons? Passionate and eccentric, poetic and flamboyant, intelligent and willful, Bretons feel an inborn instinctive bond with the mercurial forces of magic and the supernatural. Wow. Speaking to me so poetically, I guess. Dude, Raven, how's it going? And a bicycle. Morrowind's rendition feels like it's mystical and adventurous. Skyrim feels epic and bombastic. Yeah, they all have their own, like... Good, you're going home? Dude, Raven! Oh, I can't access my chat. Dang it. Everybody's got to do this for me. Like, put some, like... Legionnaires, you could put pog chops or put celebratory thingies in chat. Put little emojis in the chat. That's good to hear. They will pop up on the screen, I promise. Takes a second. Oh, I know. I can open up the other... I was going to say, like, I can't even access my own chat. Wait, I can't. I got to open up another screen. There we go. Man, this guy really speaks, what do you call it? Very excitedly about people. I gotta ask him about everyone. Many great sorcerers come from their home in High Rock, and in addition to their quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft, not mine clearly with the way I've been leveling, and alchemy, even the humblest of Bretons, me, can boast a high resistance Yes, I can. I can. Do you know I'm a Breton? Do you like Bretons? Bretons are pretty cool. Man, this guy knows a lot of stuff. But I don't know if it matters. To like, I feel like this is the person you talk to when you want to learn stuff. A grace of the nine, Citizen Elias. I'm Anyways, welcome to Ebonheart. I'm just trying to find stairs to level up on. So Raven, how you been feeling? Ready to go home?
Go ahead, stranger. Speak freely, friend.
Are we able to exit this? Are we finding our way out? I like how there's just a tree there. It looks kind of nice. Wait, is there actually like a little town situation? There's water. Okay, we're just going into water. Okay, can you move out of my way? Man, this place is not a good place for people Lydiaing you. Oh, you can't get back out. If you jump down, you're stuck. Ooh!
What is this about?
Talk is free. What do you want?
Yeah, caregiver's moving in. Yeah, we've had that situation recently, and it was a much better. It was really nice to have. I'm really trying to figure out the bounds of this place. Is it literally just Ebonheart is just this? It's
I'm
the
listening.
castle. It's not like a whole town, but it is a whole town, but within the castle-ness.
What's your story?
Literally, is he just a dude named Ian? We've got all these crazy fancy names, and this guy's just Ian. Like, I'm not trying to give you a tongue twister right now. That's just my name. Either that or he has some insanely complicated name. He's like, I just go by Ian. I'm not gonna deal with this.
Fight well.
Ooh, I like your face. Olfin Grologrob. This is Castle Ebonheart, named for Castle Ebonheart and the Duke of Ebonheart. Yeah. We know, bro. We know. Thank you. Vidam. I think that says Vidam. I don't know. Duke of Ebonheart is the head of the Grand Council and Uriel the Seventh's representative on Vardenfell. Hey, Phoenix, how you been, man? How's it going? Okay. Yeah, there's all these topics to talk about with people. And I don't really think, like, I've, like, pursued anything, really. I was gonna say any quest. I'm really just trying to get, like... Get so many of these flowers. Just doing a little dance. So acrobatics in Morrowind is strength, apparently. You know, eventually I will hit you. You know, actually, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Oh! Oopsie. That actually worked really well. Okay. I forgot that I had that equipped. I didn't even know that was a thing, quite frankly. Thanks for telling me about it. Okay. So what I really was gonna do... Does anybody want to watch me fail to cast a spell? Thanks for turning around, because that was embarrassing. Adushi, how you doing? Saw, Dark Elves. Saw, dude. Saw, Dunmer. Dunmer Nazi. That still didn't work. Okay. Gotta stop falling for this stuff. Look at me. Look at my eyeball. I look crazy. I look like the scientist thingy. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. Mark, recall, levitate. I feel like those are like the fundamental things that because given that I've never played this game, I've never really used. And now I've just like keep forgetting they even exist. But they do, like, I need the money, man. And then I need to have those. Because I feel like those are so fundamental. And everyone's like, why do you not have this yet? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys don't understand. But seriously, 20. So I got another. Okay. I had a pencil so that I could use my little leveling up framework, even though it's clearly not working. Let me go get my pencil. It's right there. I see it. I see you. Yes, I need you. Sorry I left you over there. I didn't mean to. I know. I could be more organized, but I'm not. Okay. See, you're back. You're fine. I still lost your little lid, your little cover thingy, but that's not, you're okay. You're okay without it. You're just hard to click. This pencil has like a little teeny tiny eraser at the top, and it has a cover they're supposed to put back over it. So when you click it, because it's a clicky pencil, clicky ASMR, you can't. It's like with the tiny little eraser, you really have to push into it to get it to click. Whereas if I just had the lid to it, wherever that went, it's much easier to click because it's longer. So, I don't know. Okay, so I've got all these lists of like clips I needed to get. So guess what? I had to open a Skyrim save. It was so sick. It felt weird though. And then I found out you can change the FOV, and now my whole life is confusing. I don't even know what to do with that information. And because I opened up 2 different saves, because I was trying to get these clips that I was going to string together, when you match like the steps, and one was like way too close to the character. I'm like, I can never play a game like this again. Clearly Skyrim's not for me. I do not like the field of view. And then I opened up another save where it was a more realistic field of view, and I'm like, how is it like this? Why does it look like this? And then I found out there's a button and you can just change it at any given time. The annoying thing is you cannot bring it back to whatever the baseline is. So now I can't string these clips together in these saved games because they're in different FOVs. I'm like, what are you supposed to do with that? Sorry. It was very weird opening up Skyrim for the first time in, I believe, at least... It's been a few years. At minimum, it's been a few years. There was a save, I think, from the most recent, from like 2021, and I think it was because I opened it and it either auto-saved or like something, and then I left. Like, it wasn't, like, I didn't even play it. So, like, it's just so weird to look. It was weird, and it was annoying, and I was mad. That's the one thing about, I would say, FOV in any game. When they allow you to pull it in, pull it out, I love that. Like you need a tighter view of something, that's fine. If you want a more open view of something, especially in a lot of third person games, it makes a lot of sense. You want a more open field of view. I like that. I would say I kind of like the middle/wider view personally. I don't like it too wide. It gets annoying and it starts to feel like those like I forgot what the genre's called, but it feels like those games where you're like far away and the character's really tiny in the middle of the screen. I don't like those. So I'm like, I don't want it to feel like that, but like, dude. I genuinely would just like, wait, if there was like if you have a field of view button, devs, peoples, Todd, Howard, if you have a field of view that's customizable, I love you and I like it and it's helpful, especially for content creation, as I found. It's awesome. It's a great tool. Also, it's a great tool when you're annoyed with your current, whatever. Please give us a middle ground button, not a middle ground button, like a baseline. Like give us like a default button. So that way, because I get weird about field of view, and then all of a sudden I freak out and I'm like, what was the original? What was the original? And then I try to find it and then I can't find it. And then I'm like, ah! So it's like if you give us like, this is the original one, it sends you back to the middle, and then you alter it from there, then you kind of feel like you know where you are. Anyway, I can't remember anything. Running a fever. I'm dizzy and confused. Mr. Anderson popping into the chat like, people pay good money for these symptoms, do she? Jeez. Not wrong, though. Not wrong. You know how many people hate being sick, but make themselves sick on purpose? For fun? For real, not doing good. Dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. How long has it been going for? How long have you been unwell? No, I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to rest. Can rest when I'm okay. There is no rest for the weary. And yeah, it's great when they yeah, you know what? Okay. I realized it like a second too late. But are you being treated or going it alone? 2+ weeks? Ah, oh, jeez. Yeah, I had a good I was gonna say I had a good 2-week one, but it really was. Why is it red around the edges? Do I have another disease? What? Why is my speed nerfed? Why is everything red? I see red. I really don't know what's happening. I forgot. Map stats. No. Wait, is disease in stats? Reputation 2. Took steroids, didn't help. Taking antibiotics now. Okay, so you're taking something, trying to knock it out. But the fact that it's gone that long, and you're actively trying to knock it out like that, I'm so sorry. That's a bummer. We were the last time we were sick. Actually, most of the times, thankfully, it hasn't gotten bad enough. Like most of the time, we're trying to fight it just solo. But we did have a long one. It's been a while. I remember the last time where we were sick to the point that I was like, I was so close to going to the doctor. Like it was not fantastic. And it was to the point where I'm like, okay, this is getting unhealthy. Like this is not good. But yeah, it's such a good thing to have in the background when you need it. I really need to know where you find out what diseases you currently have. Inventory. And I don't have any type of I don't have. Oh. Let's see. Open 40 to 60. Okay. What is all? Oh, these are scrolls. I was like, what is all this? The Velothian helm. Why are things red around me? Please tell me. Oh, wait. So.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Why does he seem more normal than other people? Aside from being, I think, he looks very pale. His face looks like blue. But he, isn't there a healing table here? You gotta pay for it. You're such a baby. Be a baby. When you're sick, be a baby for a minute. Being sick kind of sucks, man. I have to give my, like, you gotta, cause you can't fully fall apart because it doesn't make you feel better. It can make you feel worse, but you have to allow yourself to fall apart for a certain amount of time. You have to be like, okay, I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna lay down. I might even cry. Like, I just need to, like, decompress for a minute. Okay, back to business. Let's get better. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta just have, maybe it's just the weak female in me. But let me tell you, when I don't let myself have a second, it kind of builds up. You're like, I don't know why I'm so frustrated with life or tired or emotional. Oh, never gave myself time to process anything. Dude, pneumonia is no joke. It isn't being a baby to treat it seriously. Whoa. Oh, are you serious, Mr. Anderson? When Jim Henson passed, it was Mr. Anderson saying it was pneumonia. That's so sad. Week 1, I'm 1 week into the 2-week. Aw, dude, guys, I explicitly said at the end of stream, I said, I hope you guys have a great day and stay healthy. I'm pretty sure that at least the last 2, I explicitly said it, and you chose not to listen. Okay? Like, it wasn't even, would you please stay healthy? It was like, it was a, what do they call it? I'm sorry, I don't remember school. It was a, you know, when they have a commanding sentence. I said, stay healthy. Very, very clear. I think that's also what got Steve Jobs. People don't take pneumonia seriously in modern times and act like it's having a cold. That's interesting. I feel like there's so many illnesses that we're capable of dealing with quickly, but I think from what I've heard, like, that can be dealt with. But if it sticks around, it could be very serious. That's, yeah, like, it could be like a long-term thing. I'm ready for a shrine assignment. Do we want to take on a shrine assignment? I need these assignments to stop costing me money, because they're basically like, the chick for the Mages Guild is like, hey, could you run over here? Can you run over there? Could you steal this? Could you put it back so they don't know it's stolen? Like, she kept doing that, and I ran out of money just fast traveling. Good. I could use a little help here. We treated a high elf named Cariel for swamp fever, but we later discovered that while he was here, a rare chapel limeware bowl disappeared from our shrine. Oh, will you find this Cariel and retrieve our bowl for us? The high elves are a small, tight-knit community on Vardenfell. Try asking other high elves if they know Cariel and where he lives. Your journal has been updated. Oh, Jobs died of cancer. Well, to be fair, a lot of these things could be comorbidities. Like, when you have one illness and another one comes along and you just can't, you know. But that's sad. That's sad. I didn't know really anything about Steve Jobs, but he was pretty young, though. I think that's all I really knew. He was relatively young. I feel like I'm choking on fiberglass. This morning is rough. Oh, for me, I'm so sorry. The one thing I really, it's kind of funny. The one sickness that never bothered me as much is when you'd get like really bad chest congestion / maybe a chest infection, and it was. I remember it being distinctly more painful, but I wasn't as bedridden as other sicknesses. But I remember the only way I could like accurately describe it was like a tiger clawing its way out of my chest. Like, I couldn't explain it in any other way, but I'm like, it feels like I'm being cut, like I'm being scraped. Like, it's so painful. So you have like a really bad like sore throat. I said stay healthy, guys. barter. Let's see really quickly if he has any. Oh, he's got a cool spear thingy. So this guy, there's something about this guy's movements. I don't know what it was. Now he feels more robotic. Never mind. Maybe it's just the way he's swaying when you walk in and he looks at you. I'm like, he feels very human. I think it's because they're giving him like a slight sway where other people... No, they've got the sway a little bit.
Yes, Brenton.
What am I diseased with? Everything looks red in my vision. Jobs when it was an entire second-gen Syrian immigrant, if I remember correctly. His parents came over around the big kerfuffle in the 1940s. Oh, wow. I did not know that. Fluidy and itchy. Oh. None of it's good. Spells? Are you serious? How do you get to a higher rank if no one's willing to sell you the spells so that you can work on the skills to get to a higher rank? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Thick and nasty. Oh. I'm so sorry. I hope I hope the medication knocks it out. No, she really is not. She's not associating with me at all. Okay. Wow, I'm savage. Sometimes I feel like the journal entries give you a little bit of a peek into your character's personality. The chick that I accidentally eliminated, I was supposed to lead her somewhere, and she got attacked, so I was trying to kill the thing that was attacking her. I hit her instead. Anyways, she didn't make it. It says Nevrasa Drailer. She has passed while on her pilgrimage. Now she could be closer to her god. Whoa! Is that the way my character copes with not being able to protect someone? Okay. Use it to your advantage. Do you have any cracks that need... Well, you know, actually, might as well get some housework done. Some repairs. An Imperial cult member gave me a copy of For My Gods and Emperor. A handbook for... Oh, I got a handbook. So there's a thing for Mournhold, which we don't have a reason to go over there, but it's apparently you can go there. Well, a high elf named Kiriorel. Okay. So they might have stolen a bowl. Asked me to find and retrieve. So, okay, he says on Vardenfell.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Like, just... Okay.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Talk is free.
You want something?
Yes, I want something. Why is my vision red? Why is it red? Oh, yay. Why is my vision red? Is this a glitch?
Let's hear it.
Don't think I'm belittling having pneumonia. I just have a warped sense of humor. Oh, no. No, when you're sick, that's how we deal with it. Humor. The only humor I don't like when somebody needs something is when the joke is, ha ha ha, I'm not helping you, ha ha ha. I think but like, just joking about it is like, well, how else do you, like, cope with things if you're not coping with it with humor? I have seen people, I think this is what gives, like, normal, good, old-fashioned humor a bad name. Where people use humor as an excuse to just not be great. And you're like, red vision is a minor bug. It sticks after you've been reduced. Oh, so it is a minor bug. Okay. Or it is a bug. I didn't technically say minor. Pity cough.
So what do you want?
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny when people do that. And by people, I mean usually small people that are like, like, really, kid? Really? Argonian mission. Oh wait, they don't mean like a mission, like a quest. They mean like this is the mission, right? Wait, can you pick off the travel lantern? Can you take it from the wall? What? It's a bug.
I'm listening.
Ah! Hawkmoth Towers. Moth towers? Like moth priests? I don't know. Sorry. I wonder if... Oh, no, I can't. Because it's illegal to rest anywhere. Goodness. Whoa, look at this guy marching around with his,
Got
like,
my ear. Let's hear it.
little fur helmet. Humor can be used to say nasty things, but it's often the best path to honesty. You could say things in a joke you can never get away with in normal conversation. I feel like you could say some pretty rough things in a joke, but you can tell when somebody's using it to cover up bad behavior. Does that make sense? Like, for instance, like I was saying, like about jokes. Like if someone's teasing you about being sick because they actually just don't want to help you with something, you're like, okay, that's great, haha, I actually need help. Or if someone's teasing you about the way you feel about something because they genuinely do not want to listen to you, and so they're trying to joke so that they can get away from it and not be like a supportive person to you, or you know, whatever. That's when humor gets a bad rap. But people who love you and take care of you and support you and use joking as a way to show how much they really know you and how much they understand what you're going through because they're able to joke about it because they get it. That's a completely different thing. I think people confuse the two things and then they get mad and you're like, dude, it's a joke. Like maybe people you've been around who thought they were funny weren't and they were just mean. But like humor is humor. It's sad to me when people can't take jokes. I don't know, like how else do you like get through life, man? What do you get when you put a dozen hillbillies in the same room? A full set of teeth. That's so sad. I'm from WV. So it isn't like I'm punching down from whatever BS they called these days. Yeah, again, I don't think punching down, like the concept of joking about somebody below you or whatever. Oh, West Virginia. Red is from the last cell when you were fighting. Oh, it went away! When you use the divine intervention to fight something, it'll go away. That's so funny, I just fought something. You're dead right. I never actually thought 7 was gonna eat 9. I mean, the funny thing is, okay, so this string of I always pay attention to the numbers, the dates of when our streams are, and this one was 8, 9, 10. So I was looking at the dates like really quickly, and I was like, oh, I could just make a joke. I can make a joke about 7, 8, 9. And I was like, wait, can I make a joke about 7, 8, 9? It's like, I don't think I can. Dang it. Just needed someone to slap the red off your screen? Seriously. Yeah. Humor's humor. I think what proves that is you will take a joke completely differently said by one person than potentially by another. That shows the humor's not the problem, the person is. Oh, I already collected all the flowers. Yeah, I missed all the jokes because it was just 8, 9, 10. And so then I was like, how could we use 8? Like, no, it doesn't. I remember the first time I heard the 7, 8, 9 joke and I was like, this is pure comedic gold. It's genius. We have stumbled on an artist here. Someone who's perfected their craft. Why are they not on the stage? Decaf coffee. Oh my goodness. You know, I tried to defend decaf coffee until I had to drink it. And then I was like, Oh, there's a very distinct flavor that goes with this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. If I could get a coffee that tasted exactly like my coffee, the one that I like, that was decaf, and then I could half calf it, and then I could drink like a bunch of it and not feel guilty. Because there's something I just enjoy it. It's comfort. It's a comfort drink. I would love that. But if you get the decaf version of even flavored coffee, it's there's a what do you call it? When enemies are nearby. My magic is dead right now. It's dead. I need Magica. Where are the enemies? Okay, I need to be able to regen my stuff. My roommates in college, we were an odd bunch. One guy was from Poland, me from West Virginia, Alabama, upstate. So you're all over the map. Yeah, when you have a mix of races and you can just enjoy... I find that the most funny comedy specifically attacks my races because it's relatable.
You want something, friend?
And I've heard people tell jokes, perfectly reasonable jokes. Resting here is illegal, I know.
I'm listening.
Who were saying it because they were being like, they thought they were being funny and edgy because they were trying to be mean, and you're like, it just comes off as a schoolyard kid who thinks he's cool, and it's just irritating. But man, I would say like, that's so in the minority of like jokes about like culture and race and stuff. It's like most of it is so funny. But that's any comedy. When somebody is not good at comedy, you're not gonna like any of the stuff they like say. Yeah, we bonded by sitting each other telling each other the worst jokes.
What's yours?
See, it's not about the joke. It's not even about what you're saying. It's about clever people sitting together, people who enjoy each other's company, who are just ribbing each other and showing that they're comfortable with each other, and it's a thing. The easiest way, if anybody's looking to try humor for themselves, try this risk-free trial. All you have to do is find somebody you relate to, and you guys can share some self-deprecating humor. That's a good entry. It's a good entry level for those who don't understand proper humor, who feel uncomfortable with it. That, I'm telling you, is an excellent way to start. What you don't want, though, you have to watch out for that, is when people are self-deprecating because they're looking for a compliment, because they're insecure with something, then those people, you might accidentally offend somebody that you didn't intend to, and then it just gets complicating, and then you're like, I was just trying to laugh about something. Kid who spray paints his name on a chain link. Wait. Okay, I ain't hitting this guy, and I'm sad. Whee! Thank you. I need fatigue to hit anything, but there was an enemy nearby, so I couldn't wait, so I couldn't get fatigue. Invictus is here. How's it going, man? I was saying earlier, Invictus, that I got your comment about like, hey, I wouldn't fault you for backing out now. I'm like, I thought about it, but like not seriously though. Like, I'm totally committed to this character. I really hope that I do a good job at the next level up, which is actually why we were jumping around. Whee! And we had strength. I would say, okay, so whatever marks I've put down for like major and minor taking us to the next level is not, it's not accurate to what the game has. So basically Whatever math they're doing in the background, I'm not doing correctly. But let's see, we have speed, which might get a good bonus, and strength that might get a good bonus. That's what we need. We need those two at least to have a decent bonus. Agility should have one because most of my major skills have agility. Minor, I'm not so sure. Heal. I'm being very tame. Okay, I'm half German, David Riker Jr. I'm half German from dad. Half crazy from mom. Mr. Anderson's bueno. Oh, wait. I know that means good eggs. I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were gonna say like the breakfast you had this morning or something. Norse Albanian. Yeah, I feel like race is not as big of a deal as people make it. I think because like especially with like all the like the blood test thingies that tell you all your races and stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's not about your race. It's about the culture you grew up in. Like the culture makes such a big difference. So for me, I have parts of my race where I experienced the culture itself and it left an imprint on me. Like it not even an imprint that affected my personality or who I am today, quite frankly. It didn't. All it did was gave me different things that bring me nostalgia than other people. Some people are not going to find certain foods taste good, and I get to enjoy them because of my culture. Now, my mom, great cook. She cooked many cultural foods and she homemade them. So she was very much about, she liked trying new things. She liked it, like me trying new things and like having like a wider palette, but she just liked, to cook and bake and try stuff out. So like I probably would have gotten to experience a lot of cultures regardless, like in terms of food. But like there's certain imagery, there's certain decorations that speak to me in a different way than for somebody else because of my culture. Did it drastically change me? No, but I get to appreciate those things, and I love that. And I get to connect it to different memories, and I love that. But like just the fact that I have certain blood does not change me. Even growing up exposed to different cultures didn't change me all that much. It just means I appreciate certain things more. Not that big of a deal. Norse, Scots, Italian, Albania. Wow. The Norse in my blood is very distant. Family name traces back to Norsemen who were given land in present Scotland if they'd helped defend it. See, like, I feel like that stuff. And I've seen people get very aggressive about their history, and I'm like, listen, if you were a different blood type, not blood type, but if you had different blood, you'd be aggressive about that history too. I think what it does, we can't possibly know everything about everyone at every time. So I think what getting to know our own culture does is it gives us like some information to focus on because we can't possibly know everything. And it's really cool. And it's really fun to get to learn different things. And then when we come together and share that information and those cool stories, it's like, it makes conversation so rich. Sorry, I gotta get my strength up. Nerdy sounds based. I dig this nerd. Thank you. Love it. I'm English and Welsh. Every Christmas we have a civil war. Nice. Oh, Madeira. I love you so much. Greetings from Mexico. Dude, how you doing? I've only gotten into arguments about Kosovo. I don't know what that is. Kosovo. Silver flame skewer? Wait a minute. Is that the one I had before? That's the one I've always had, right? Excuse me. Oh, I think I thought this was like a shock. Haha. I've got you. Oh, is Albanian. Is it like what is it? Like what about Albania is it? My mix is similar to Dushi's, except replace Italian and Albanian with Germany and Swanee. Oh, okay. That's another thing I think like that's really cool about knowing even if the culture didn't affect you too much, Like if it didn't like change too much about the stuff you do or think. Like I feel like, especially since most people are pretty good mix, I think that's a valuable thing too. People always have reasons for not liking each other, so like mixing cultures at least eliminates one of those problems. Sometimes, not all the time. Bubble Goth Tea, dude. New subscriber. I was like, that's a funny name. I like that. That's really cool. Rolls off the tongue. Ah, see, like, I don't even know what that is. Kosovo, I don't know what that is. Serbs hate it. Okay, but, see, it's like a learning thing. It's like, I gotta learn something. I remember bringing food somewhere, and my friends looked at it like, what do you got, man? I'm like, let me tell you what you're missing. And they didn't even know, like, that was something that I grew up with. It's a Balkan thing. You know what? This is starting to sound an awful lot like Morrowind when they give you a bunch of words that you don't understand. They're like, obviously, it's on the Ulagelin shores of the iridescent river, and you're like, I don't know what any of that is. Well, like, see, like that word could mean like food. It could mean a language. It could mean like a political thing. I have no idea. See, okay. Let's educate ourselves. Let's use it as an opportunity to learn. That's how we learn. Conversation and stories. I like learning through stories. Oh, it's a country in the Central Balkans, formerly province of Serbia. I didn't know it was a country. I was like, is it like a dialect? Like I'm trying to like look at the name and say like, what is this? What is the name? What vibe does this name give to me? Not intended as an insult. They're scrappy. Let's go back. Have you heard of the Ottoman Empire? I know the big ones. They had the best furniture. We're all learning history today. That is all topic of conversation. Also, how to efficient level without being miserable? I don't think that's possible. So I think, okay, so marksman is agility, so we probably need more of that. Block is, how do you even level up block? How do you even level up, like, come on. Oh, you know what? I bet you some of the close to level up whatever, I bet you that's agility. Because we have light armor, marksman. I did try sneak, but that didn't go anywhere. We could try sneak, though. We've definitely gotten some speed because athletics. And we got an unarmored. So we've at least gotten a couple speed along with the, whatever other... What was the other speed thing we were doing? Let me consult my table. Speed, athletics, unarmored, short blade, and hand-to-hand. We did a bunch of hand-to-hand. Hey, empires have been built on this. On footrests. Baking sugary spices and tea. At least that's the thing that made people the most offended. Whee! You know, you're like, spices, what does that even mean? Like, I think spices, I think like taking spice on the Kessel Run, less than 12 parsecs. But like, really, I mean, I'd fight a war over like Italian seasoning. I think it's worth fighting over. Like, you're not gonna give me my spices. I'd be like, don't tax my soup. Seinfeld reference. Serenity now. I did not watch Seinfeld. I've heard of it a lot. There were a lot of TV shows and movies and music and everything in media that I haven't seen. I'm the person that, like, I had a limited range, but, like, I fully enjoyed that range. It's meh. Yeah, I need to, like, if I were to watch something, if I watched a clip or an episode or something and it didn't fully, like, if I'm not fully belly laughing or, like, totally intrigued, eh. Oh, what did I do? Hunter's belt? Wait, now what am I? Did I just take it off? Is that what I did? I don't think I have another belt. Okay, let's go run fast and find something to shoot with a bow. Right? Because we need more of that, right? Agility? Right? Whee! I forgot that in trying to avoid major and minor skills, we gotta get them eventually. I kind of want to explore this whole... Wait a minute. Say what now? Wait a second. Ebonheart? That's Vivek. I was gonna say. Like, I'm learning the map. I feel so smart. Okay. They used to be a huge deal. A legionnaire in ancient Rome was partially paid in a stipend of salt and spices. It's where the expression worth your salt comes from. Oh, that sounds familiar. That's really cool. You have to be worth your stipend. That's the most stealth archer I've felt in a long time. Oh! Oh! Stealth archer's a real thing! And I wasn't recording that. I'm kind of mad. Ah! I clicked a thing. That was sick. That was sick. That was about as stealth archers as it's gonna get. Hold up. Oh. Actually, now that we've had that moment, we're gonna take a quick break. Because I need to stretch. I need to decide if I'm having more Java potion. Or wait, what do they call it in Elder Scrolls? I think it's Elder Scrolls Online where I was trying to find a coffee reference in Elder Scrolls, and I think it was Elder Scrolls Online. They make, like, I don't know if it was tinctures. Dude, my speed's gonna be bomb. Okay. What else should we level up? We need to get those major skills down. Or minor, or whatever. Speed, agility, strength. That's probably what we're gonna be doing. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna scoot this down. I think it got scooted over. There we go. No? Yes? Like that? I don't know, that kind of works. Ridges on coins became more prominent when machinery was used to print coins. Isn't it also because people would, like, shave the edges of the coins? So they would have to, like, measure it? Or they would try to, like, mix it with different metals? Because coins you should just represent, like, the weight of the metal. Because money used to have something to back it. Oh, yay, look what I can do. I can cover your comment. And then, yeah. Okay. I didn't have all my devices in front of me at once, so I'm like, I gotta, like, juggle these interesting people. Well, bots or whatever. Oh, there it is. I'm still figuring out the Twitch stuff. Do. I love this nerd. I feel like she gets it. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna take a brief break. Kind of nerd out on history, money, among other things like Knights Templar inventing the traveler's check. Whoa. I think that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick that right there. And Mr. Twitchy Dude here. This is a good example of what we're not gonna be like. Okay, guys? Sweet. You deposit your riches in one commandery, and you'd be given a note redeemable at another location. So you didn't have to carry coins or gems. Yeah, carrying that stuff was probably a bit of a problem. Can you imagine if you had to carry your like life savings everywhere you went? It cut down on theft. Oh, since most people were illiterate? Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. So only the smart people were protected. Actually, that's not true because even if you were illiterate, it's like you're handed something and you're like, well, I was told what this was and it can protect my stuff. I don't know. That is really cool. Okay. We should switch to... Oh, ta-da! Look at that. It's all straight in. Oh! So I moved the stuff around. Oh, I locked it. Whee! Here we go. I don't know, I was trying something different. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. I was trying something different. Life savings. Yeah. I think at this point my life savings would too. I'd be like, sorry, dude, like you could take it, but I don't know if it was worth the effort. Oh, I did it again. Supposed to click that. Okay. Okay. BRB. What's up? Let's see. I decided not to get a bunch more caffeine. Ugh. I saw the bank comment about how'd you like your cash? Incorrectly counted in my favor. That was funny. I'm on a mission. Okay. I might do I might do a little more. The only problem is I'm not going to take the time to make the fancy coffee, so it's just going to be the bitter coffee, and I don't know if I want to deal with that today. Do I really want to do that to myself right now? Not really. Okay. Look at me with my bow. I totally had. Whoa, look at how fast I'm going. I totally had a sniper moment. Ah! Can we see how much of this? Okay. This way. Gotta discover this little section here. I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. I can't put it down. It's fantastic. Is this it? Yeah. Is that a... Oh! It's a diseased mudcrab. Ew. Is he coming towards us? What you doing? Oh, you clever little bug. Oh no, I'm not supposed to touch things that are diseased! I think I'm okay. Hey, Nerdy, have you heard of No, I have not heard of him. It's a comedian. Best one-liner comedian ever. I'd have to look into that. Yeah. Nerdy, get it? Anti-gravity. Can't put it down. It's a classic. The escalator's temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. Oh, R.I.P.? Oh, that's okay, that's sad. So what else is there to discover over here? I don't think there's anything else to fight. We would need to go south. Let's go south. And then I think it's safe to say that our level up is gonna look significantly better, hopefully, than it did before. Is that overconfident? No, okay, so we already did this. Oh, I see, we need to go through. Whee! Well, what is this about? Ooh. Do we have a moment here? Loading air. Oh. I got him though. Oh. That's right. There's something going on over there. Here, I'm gonna do something really quickly. Okay, I think that's taken care of. Jimmy Carr is very talented one-line quip comedy arena. I think I'm familiar with Jimmy Carr. I think. Ooh. Is he British? Oh, I was like, what happened to me? Aw, man, this isn't Oblivion. You can't open those. Yeah, he's funny. I feel like he pushes the line a bit. But I've always found his humor pretty funny. I think I heard a couple that like stung a little bit, and I was like, "This is quality. This is quality humor here. Can't deny that." Wait, am I still sneaking? We filling out the map down here? We getting closer to a reasonable, efficiently leveled level? Oh. Da! Oops. Oh, I actually shot at something. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What is that? Actually, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna fail to cast the spell. Gonna sit this girl down and tell her to walk and let her stamina bar refill. But it's too slow. I can't be patient. What do you expect me to do? Pace myself a bit? Insane. Gold cannon everywhere. Yay! Okay, so I've already I've cleared this map, except for all the little island, the little thingies. Oh, this is the no, this is not the chick.
What do you want?
Grace of the Nine, Citizen Elise. I am Navosi Hlan. Welcome to Ebonhard, capital of Vardenfell District. Are you looking for someone in particular? Oh. One of those places I'd never heard of.
Yes.
Ah! Animals get revenge. Just doing what they do, it's true. Wait a minute. This is the section I didn't... I'm in a boat. Okay, anyway. Oh, hey there. So one of those moments that I should have had some fatigue. It's not diseased. People today are just too squeamish. They want meat at the table so long as someone else does the throat cutting. Yeah, if you're gonna... You have to be one of those people, like, if you are gonna be upset about it, like... You at least have to stop eating it if you're gonna have an issue with it. I will say, however, I have seen people who seemed weirdly overly comfortable with the throat cutting part. You're like, what is going on? I don't mean people who've just done it before and are like, yeah, we understand the process, let's go. Gotta do what you gotta do. But people who get weirdly excited about it. I touched a diseased mud crab again. Ah. I've had a lot of people preach at me about hunting, but they don't respect the animals they take in as food. I feel like hunting for sport, I have an issue with that. I think hunting in the context of places that have, like, I don't even know what it's called, like ecological type problems. Like when you have like a species that's overgrowing, and they, you know, and they need to like balance the ecosystem a bit. I get that. A person, yeah, sure, but an animal? What is wrong with you? I wanted to grab this and I was like, wait, you can't do that. Yeah, on a farm, it makes a lot of sense. I think if you weren't raised exposed to something, it's fair that you were. It's a bit much. Ah. Even the sport hunters have a place. Like I said, like if a lot of money for conservation is raised because someone wants to, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I'm not. I'm like I said, if it has to do with balancing out an ecosystem, I get it. There has to be a reason and a limit on it. But yeah, I don't agree with it. Not on like a It's almost like they say, like, the use of paper is the reason why more forests are grown so that they can make paper. So people look at, we were killing a tree. No, you're actually the reason why more trees are alive. Like, chill out. Like, that's what I've heard. And so, like, I get from, like a big picture perspective how that could be beneficial. But I definitely don't agree, like, just on a moral, like, individual level, I do have, like, I know for myself, personal conviction, I wouldn't do it. There would have to be a very specific situation and reason if I had to. But I'm also not in that world, so that makes sense. I don't think human male aggression is bad. I think the way you go about it is right or wrong. And I think, you know, I think there's ways that people go about things because they tell themselves it's natural to make excuses for things that may be less than reasonable. I'm not saying this about hunting in specifically. I'm just saying, like, people use their natural emotions or biology as excuse for a lot of interesting things. But then they don't do that for the opposite gender. They don't say, oh, women have natural hormones and psychology and all this stuff. No, they just say they're crazy. And women don't say, hey, men have natural hormones and psychology. No, they're just, like, aggressive and bad. Like, both sides do that to each other. Because both sides are looking at the other side, realizing, oh, maybe that is a bit much. This is not everything you're doing and trying to justify isn't justifiable. But then they kind of paint each other with a broad brush of, my thing is good, your thing bad, you know? So. I love to go boar hunting the old-fashioned way with a boar spear. Oh, that sounds terrible. Very, very, but must be quite the experience, though. Am I not close to a level up yet? The majority of female aggression is relational. They damage your standing with a group, friends, family. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the male aggression I've experienced is relational. And it demolishes families. Just to be honest. Because they are often the leaders, they decimate the people around them, which is so sad. And the women I've been around are often far more self-aware and far more aware of what's going on around them. So they are more rational in their thinking about how to deal with people and relationships. That's my personal experience. I'm also around a lot of really good people. So I'm fortunate to only see the extremes of bad behavior from certain people. And the vast majority of people I'm around, men or women, are great people with good character. But when I do see the people on the edge of that, you know, women are more rational. A lot of times they are because they're more aware of what's going on around them. I've seen a lot of men that close their eyes and run into walls and say, oh, I don't know why you're mad. I ran you over. Oh, no, I didn't see you. That's like you're covering your eyes, dude. But they're like, oh, I guess, like, well, no, it's not my fault, it's your fault. I've decided everything is everybody else's fault but mine. But women have done that too. I've just noticed that type of behavior more from men. Because I think from both men and women, let's just say humans, all humans, do not want to own their own bad behavior. They just want to blame it on other people. And I think if you do that for long enough, if you were to own even one thing you did, you'd have to own everything else. Like if you admit, like say if you have one bad thing you've been doing, maybe you've been kind of mistreating the people around you. If you acknowledge that once, you have to recognize, oh, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing this for whatever. And then you end up with someone that cannot handle the weight of the stuff they've chosen to blind themselves to. So then they just don't. And I feel like for me, I see that more on one side than the other. I see it on both sides though, because humans are humans. And humans are selfish. And humans make excuses for their behavior. But then they don't make excuses for other people's behavior. Other people's behavior is bad. My behavior is natural. My behavior is good. Both sides do it. You cannot isolate it to one side. That's why I would never say, you know, one side's wrong, one side's right. Because they're both wrong. And everybody makes excuses when they decide they're willing to. when they decide it's worth it, and they don't make excuses when they're sick of somebody else's behavior. It's just sad. But that's the human condition. And I'm not saying women are more rational, by the way. I've just noticed in my own life that for all the examples of when women are less rational, I've seen an equal, if not greater, example of when they are. And it's just, now, sometimes they don't always, handle the emotions well. But often, I've also, I've seen it on both sides. I've seen it where you're in a situation where the woman is the calm one, the man is the emotional one, like the easily offended one. And both sides, if you're around somebody that's like that, you also have to acknowledge what you've done to aggravate it. Even if their actions are their own fault, if you know you're aggravating somebody who's over emotional, like, you also have to acknowledge that. It's a good idea to do. But people, when you have a calm person around an overreactive person, a lot of times they're like, no, the overreactive person is the entire problem. And the reactive person is like, no, I'm just reacting. Everybody else is the problem. It literally happens on every side. But I think maybe I'm in a unique situation and culture and time and whatever, where I've just noticed certain things, like the stereotypes people make. I'm like, that's true to life sometimes, but certainly not all the time. It's very surprising. Why do women have smaller evolutionary things that allow them to stand closer to the kitchen sink? You know what? Fair argument. Although I'm sure that applies to a lot of people of both genders as well. Why do men statistically cook better than women? I don't know. Maybe they should be in the kitchen more. Maybe they need to adapt sinks. I was quoting Nerdy's false assumption, not espousing it. All I'm doing is stating personal experience, which is factual in my own life, but I'm not saying that, again, I don't make blanket statements because blanket statements tend to be wrong. There is factual things that are different about both sides. We both handle our selfishness and our issues and our excuses slightly differently, but we both do it. Oh, dude, you're sick. You're allowed to be in a bad mood. Well, say anything about men, then say about women. Say anything about women, then say about men. Goes both ways. How do you fix a woman's watch? You don't. There's a clock on the oven. You know what? I don't have a clock on my oven, and I am very mad about it. I wish there was a clock on the oven. I'm so sad about that. I've had. Nah. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's so funny when people think they're like, again, it's all about jokes. These are the little dudes. I don't want to be near the big dudes though. They scare me. Excuse me. He's coming at me? No, he's not coming at me. He's just moving. Oh. Have I stumbled onto like a little farm of these guys? The little squid guys? They scare me. Okay, so we need to take, for just a minute, we need to take off these boots so we can actually see. Haha. Am I on like a little farm of these guys? Or is this just... Because there's a building right there. I feel this is the wrong time to want to run slower. I want to talk to this guy. They're everywhere. I don't know. Do those big things attack you? Because somebody said they did if you got too close. I have never had that happen. Fevasa? Sorry. Okay. Just a friendly warning. Don't spook the netch. Don't worry. They're completely safe if you don't bother them. But get them riled up, and they're trouble. Especially the Betty netch. Okay, so you don't want to... Oh, my God. Oh, man. Dude. Dude, she's got a story, man. I'm so sorry. Man, that's heavy. Yeah.
Time is precious, so make it quick.
Well, what do you persuasion? Bull netch, Betty netch? Okay, so I'm not trading from you. They're just... Oh my goodness, they sound like sheep. They sound like sheep. That's so cute! Goodness. If your dog, Raven, if your dog is barking at the back door and your wife is yelling at the front door, who do you let in first? The dog, of course. He'll shut up once you let him in. Oh, I guess it depends. It's so much easier to treat a dog well. Though, understandably, he'll probably have less to be mad at. They both might. Tip or trick. They both might, zip it if you feed them. Just saying, it works really well for me. It's like, here you go. Oh, what was I mad about? Oh, life is but fleeting moments. No. What am I doing? Magic? Failed to cast a spell. Of course I did. If I could, I'd sneak into Nerdy's game, get her Savior's Hide, and equip it so she'd have 100 magic resist, and the dim screen wouldn't be an issue. Okay, Savior's Hide. I think when I heard it, because it sounds like... Because it's got a name. Any item with a name, you're like, ooh, that must be a nice item. Where do you get Savior's Hide? I'd be down. Let's do it. Your dog loves you more than your wife because he doesn't know you that well. No, that's same for anybody. Lock them both in the trunk of your car for an hour and then see which one is happy to see you. Oh my gosh. Well, it depends on if Mr. Nerdy is driving me somewhere interesting. I feel like I'd be like, ooh, adventure, let's go. Handle it. I miss her so much. Oh my gosh, Douchey, I'm so sorry. Gondolier. Wait. Travel. Oh, why is it? Oh, it's just Vivek. I was like, why is it so cheap? Okay. Pew. No, that. There we go. Oh, I can tell you where to get it, but that would be spoiling. Okay, this is what I would say. For the sake of the viewer, if Savior's Hide is a thing that exposes a whole, like, what do you call it? Like a whole quest line of different, like if it's spoiling a bunch of stuff, I totally get that. But if it's just like an item that you can access it and it's not really spoiling anything, I don't care. Signs of the wedding cake. That's so sad. See, that's another stereotype, like Raven, and you got like that's another stereotype that is not accurate in my like life experience. But I also know that some of the stereotypes come from generations that I'm not necessarily a part of. So I'm like, maybe the generations are different. I don't know, but that's so sad. Like the people I know, it's not like that at all. And the funny thing is, sometimes it's opposite, where actually the man is just always tired and has a headache, and you're like, okay, fine. Like it's just funny, and I think it just must be different. Must just be different generations too. I do is the last decision a married man is allowed to make on his own. Yeah, I've seen it both ways. Where, yeah, but again, different generations. Like I've seen in different generations where it's more common for the woman's decision to be controlled and financially like kind of imprisoned. And then I've seen it flip too, where the woman just like cannot let, like both sides, like where the spouse, like any spouse, cannot let the person have their own individuality without getting weird about it. And you're like, didn't you marry this person because you liked them? Like, don't you want them to? I mean, obviously we both want to grow and become better people because we're both immature and dumb sometimes, but like, still, immaturity is one thing. You don't have to like someone's immaturity. But. No, I know it's a joke, Raven. No, I know it's a joke. But I've seen people get, like, actually mad about it. Like, whether it's not a joke for them. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you in counseling? Like, are you okay? Come on. Oh, no, I don't mind sexist humor. That's usually the stuff I laugh about the most, especially with Jimmy Carr. No, well, because we've had a lot of philosophical conversations, so it might be through text. I'm not figuring out if it's a philosophical conversation or if it's a joke. If it's a joke, I apologize. My feminine emotions are getting the best of me. Wait, what? Am I casting the wrong spell? Map, stats, inventory, magic. No, I've got the right spell. I'm just failing to cast it. Yeah, that's because our generation kind of sucks with humor, man. We've done a lot of things right. Humor, we're not very clever with it sometimes. Sometimes. I feel like there's some newer people that are coming up that are actually funny. But you got to go to some of the classic stuff to get good quality humor. They want to. Aww. Socrates said, by all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Oh, that's so sad. Poor guy. Wait, was he married or was he single? Yeah, it really does. Like, being a spouse, but especially from what I've been told, being a wife is such a huge responsibility because it's like you really do set the tone and you can make someone miserable. And obviously anybody can make anybody miserable, but like you can really set the tone. And it's a big deal. You do not have enough magic. I'm going to assume Savior's Hide is connected to a quest, is it? Or is there... We haven't leveled up yet, man. Okay. We are getting awfully close. I don't think we're going to get a bunch of +5s, but I feel like we're doing all right here. Like, I think that... Okay, let's see. Marksman, longblade, block... Wait. Do I know how to... Block is just like a function of the game, right? I'm not actually doing it. Athletics, light armor, unarmored... Wait. How far are we? 9 out of 10? Oh, wow. We're close. Resto, sneak, medium armor... Medium armor. I still think that's hilarious. Okay. Look at the way this guy's head moves. Look at it. This is so funny. Okay, wait. So we were just talking about how to get sneak up, and last stream, and there was something I had. We have Feather, Soul Trap, Veloth's Grace, Soda Pop Times. Dang it, now I'm thinking about the soda that I couldn't find yesterday. I went on a bunch of errands, as us women do, and I failed to find... Like, I found all the things, thankfully, that the other people in my life would enjoy, and I'm so grateful that I was able to do that. But I went to multiple places to find a specific soda, because I'm like, forget health. I really would like it would be a real treat to have this particular type of soda, and I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find it. I was so mad. And it wasn't a Deathclaw energy. I promise you, it was not an energy drink. It was just like a soda. Carbonated water's great. Gets boring sometimes. And I've been completely spoiled recently. Someone's been slipping me some diet sodas, and I'm like, oh, so good. And I couldn't find it, and I was sad. So, now I'm thinking about it. My heart hurts so much. Okay, invisibility. Ring of Aversion. Here we go. No. Whoa! Dude. This is sick. Look at the little head bob. What's up? I feel so cool right now. Hey, 420, how's it going? Oh no, I just ran out of soda too. I'm so sorry. Why did I bring that up? Because misery loves company and I want to see who else is miserable too. I don't think the humor was the problem. It's that people online really forget inflection and how you say a joke is important. Oh, yeah. No, see, shockingly, inflection is so lost. Most of the stuff I was like, we're in humor, but then I was like, are we going into philosophy mode? I don't know. I know everybody thinks they're unique. Everybody thinks they're just so introspective and so intelligent compared to everybody thinks, I'm sure, thinks that about themselves at times. But I definitely I've always encountered being like, I'm either the person who's able to be the other side of every conversation, or I'm like the peacemaker between two people. Like, maybe just because I'm not typically the person arguing with people. But yeah, in a chat box, there is no inflection. When texting, there is no inflection. Yeah. I had to learn that really quickly. I remember when I was young, when people would text me, I would always be like starting to take things seriously. I'm like, oh no, they didn't put a smiley face. They must be mad. I knew somebody that would text the way I would text when I was mad, which is like very blunt, no punctuation, no emojis. Like that's how I text when I'm like really not in the mood. I'm like not happy. And I'm like just trying to be blunt and get the conversation over with. And so I knew a person who texted like that all the time. And I was like, I took things personally. It was so dumb. But it's like, oh, shocking. Different people communicate different ways. Not me. I recognize my learning disability fully. And I'm not even sure what inflection means. I'm going to be honest. I have had to learn as like an adult what different... what different things, what my own the limitations of my own mental capacity and how they've affected my communication in the past. I'm like, oh, it wasn't you. It was just me the whole time. Great to know. That would have been nice to know ahead of time. Then I wouldn't have thought a bunch of people hate me. I get it. Plus a lot of people with iffy takes, including through humor. Yeah. Okay, so I hate the word dog whistle because I know how... it's like anything, even like the word... Well, I can't say that word. I can't say that word on YouTube. There's so many words that have been... yeah, okay, Mr. Anderson, see, I agree. A lot of them are imaginary, and they only affect the hypersensitive. The problem is people who are actually manipulative and people who are actually nasty, they use that as a, oh, it's just in your head. Oh, really? Oh, so you're not being manipulative. As we've already stated, I know from experience, women can be very good at this, but also men can be very good at this, of poking you and prodding you and then manipulating. But that is not an issue of like, again, that's not an issue. Humor is not the problem. People who are choosing to be nasty are the problem. So it's like people have to deal with their own problems. I'm not what you call an auditor, but a few drinks have the potential to add +3 to charisma. Yes. +3 to charisma, +3 to confidence, and -3 to perception. And for me, self-awareness. I get a good minus on self-awareness. But that's just me. So long as you're in a group of people who are all -3 to perception, you're good. And we can all just have a grand old time. Okay, so I'm looking at our stuff, and I'm like, dude, how do I get us just over the line of a level up? People use nearly anything for good or bad. Pointing something and saying, bad people do X is a fail. Bad people drink water and sleep all day. Exactly. I totally agree with that. That's why it matters who is saying it. It's not about what they're saying. It's about who's saying it and, quite frankly, how they're saying it. Because it's funny. People are like, oh, don't take things so personally. But then they mean something personally, like, what, you didn't get the hint? And it's like, I thought I wasn't supposed to read into it. Like, people say, don't read into the subtext. Just take me at face value. And then they'd say something, they're like, oh, you didn't read the subtext. What's wrong with you? Didn't you not get what I was trying to say? They're like, I don't know. That's why I love people that are blunt. Because you know what they're thinking. And you don't have to question it. And you're just like, oh, if they don't like you, they'll tell you. If they do like you, they'll tell you. It's so much easier. Should I be insulted? Yes, please. It would mean the world to me. I wish to be insulted today. And that's when you start taking compliments as something offensive. Rest and meditate. I love doing that with Mr. Wait. Rest? Wait, does that include... That includes waiting, right? I think we were able to level up by waiting. Let's get our boots back on. Boots were made for running. Whee! Yeah, that really does affect the screen. Wow. Yeah, I intentionally do that with Mr. Nerdy, where he'll be like, oh wow, you're looking cute today. And I'll do that like classic, what do you mean I didn't look cute yesterday? Or the other thing I told you we flip it, where like if I'm too busy to, or like, I'm trying to think of like a quick example of this, where we'll flip it on the other person, where like if I know that I've been ignoring him because I'm too busy and I'm not giving him any attention and I feel bad, I'll be like, well, you see, babe, that's why you should give me more attention. Or he'll flip it too. He started it. He's got this thing, and it makes things so funny and lighthearted. It's hard to explain, but it could be like, what was the first... Let's see if we can level up, and then I'll try to think of the first example of when he did this, because it totally was like... It was funny. It was making a joke out of a tough situation, but in a way that was like, we were both acknowledging it, we were both dealing with it, but it made it lighthearted instead of serious, and it was really great. I was like, that's probably one of the most clever things, like with conflict resolution, or even just like joking, not even conflict, just like situation where I'm like, I really appreciate, I don't know, I appreciate people who could be comedic and clever. Wait, I was supposed to do the heal one, right? Does it matter? Wait, did I rest in an illegal place? Am I gonna get stopped? You violated the law? What just happened? Does the Imperial cult have beds? Do they have a place that I could sleep in, get a level up, and see if I didn't totally fail this level up? Because I need to know. I need to know, man. Breaking the law, breaking the law. How dare you rest? Because if I rest, I'll be mentally stronger. And the authorities don't want that. Okay. They want me to be so delirious and tired that I can't process anything. Anyways, that's what I think when I say resting is when they say resting is illegal. Okay. Wait. Divine intervention is... Wait, do they have beds, though? Is this the one? Whee! Whoa! Wait, what is... Wait. Wait, why am I in Pelagiad? How did I end up here? Not having all your marbles? How many was I supposed to have? I'm sure not that many. I have a few, and I'm sure I've kept track of them. I haven't lost them because I didn't start with that many. Okay, where are the beds? My time is short. Oh, I'm trying to open a locked door. Okay. Oh, hello. So wait. Hold up. Let me sneak. No! I am not willing to accept that. The one thing I don't like with this is just a quality of life thing with Morrowind, is it doesn't say steal or sleep in an unknown bed. Like, it doesn't tell you that's what you're doing. Ah! Hey there. Aren't there sometimes like little beds in the mines? Yeah, again, yeah. It's hard. Okay. Assuming beds belong to people. Yeah, that's the thing I'm a little confused about. It was the same thing with Fable 1. Fable 1, like, you actually had to go up. You didn't, like, talk to the tavern owner. You actually went up and then, like, paid the money right away. That was, like, home to you, Pelagiad. I think when for me, finding it for the first time, I was like, this is actually a really pretty area because it was, like, more green. So I like it. How do you say that? Nisus? Genesis? I don't think I've been there yet. Okay, so wait. We had the spell that took us to Pelagiad. Although I don't know if it always takes you there. Strength will allow you to carry more items and do more No, this time it took us here. Like, that's cool. So it's whatever the closest one is, but how far was I for it to take me there? And do you have beds in here? Excuse me, I must rest. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm part of the group now, right? Like the Mages Guild? Right? That's fine? I could do this? Am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna get in trouble? What? Okay. It's an improvement. Is it perfect? No. But it's something. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is much better than 5 plus 2s. Or at least marginally better. It's not 3 5s, but I will say that whatever calculation they were doing up until the level up point was not the same as mine. So I don't know which part of the equation I am misunderstanding, but I'm clearly not fully... Something's off. Either that or that time that I was totally put in my place. It was like our last stream. I died. And then I lost some of our skill up. So I would have most likely miscalculated at that point too. For beds, just to be clear, they don't belong to people when you know what? See, that's solid advice. Very practical. Something I could totally apply. Strength. We've got speed. We've got agility. Okay, so this feels like effort was taken. I'm hurt deeply that it's not 555, but you know what? It's like we're getting somewhere. Okay. I really want to work on endurance, though. Oh, my endurance is abysmal. This is better. It's definitely better. And I like having speed. Also, don't quote me. I've heard it pronounced Nisus or Nisus. Or Nisus and Nisus. That like sounds right because when I see a GN, I just assume it's like Nat. I assume it's just the N sound. But then I'm like, we are not speaking English more or less. We are in Tamriel and they have such interesting pronunciations for certain things. I'm not gonna assume I'm right. Nisus sounds right to me. Or Nisus. Both sound right to me. Stats looking good. Thank you. 555 exists only to cause a player to feel as if they've underperformed by playing a game. That is the downfall. That is the pitfall. Personality. Willpower. Wow. See, this is where I would... The funny thing, Mr. Anderson, is as soon as I started trying to read your pronunciation, that is the first thing I thought of. And then I read the end of your comment. I'm like, yeah. No, I didn't mean to do that. I am not trying to get in trouble. I'm trying to make everybody happy. Okay. I see a door. I try to walk through the door.
Speak freely, friend.
No, keep whistling. That was funny. I like it. Keep whistling. Hey. Can you keep whistling?
What's your story?
What's yours? I just want one of those guys with the blue on their face to yell freedom. Just for my own sake. Oh! So, for our stream yesterday for Fable 2, we found 2 references in the game, and I had to tell you guys about it. At the end, we went to the Chapel of Light, and we found a monk at the Chapel of Light named Martin.
Keep moving.
And they were explaining all his attributes, and he's a pretty good dude. And I'm like, interesting. Interesting. His name's Martin. Curious. Not that that's necessarily an unusual name for a monk. I just thought, I was like, excuse me. Think a lot of references in there. The other reference we found was an indigo dye. I don't know if it was called Montoya or if it was from Montoya or whatever, but it was an indigo Montoya dye. And it said, the whole description was amazing. I'll have to post it or something. But it was like, perfect for avenging your father or something like that. I don't know. Or for enacting revenge. And I was like, jeez. It was awesome. So yeah. Those were our two references. One was kind of an Elder Scrolls reference. Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Talk is free. Yeah, everybody else is like, my time is more valuable than you. I like you, man. Thank you. This is like the one that this is not true. There's nice characters, but he's like probably the nicest character. I hope they never remake that movie. They better not. I would find that personally offensive. Inigo Montoya would probably be Adriana Montoya at that point. I get annoyed with the swaps they do. Like, come on. Okay. So this is what we need to do. We need to prepare for next stream. You guys got to help me with the preparations. And what the preparations are is what are we going to do for efficient leveling? Of course, I'm not trying to get 555s. We will all be driven mad with disease. What was the blight of efficient leveling? So, we need to. I'm going to erase my little tally marks. We need to take a look. We need to take a look at what we got going on here. Marksman, long blade, block, athletics, light armor. The recent swap in the show Adolescence, I'm not familiar with that. Agility, strength, agility, speed, agility. Are you serious? I guess we can get more strength. Based on so this is based on a true story, and they did a like what like I don't. Yeah, if I think if all this stuff wasn't going on in the world, a lot of swaps would not bother people. Some of them don't make any sense at all. Like you said, if you've got a situation like based on a true story or like a really well established story, and you're like, you know what? Aslan's a chick now. And you're like, the whole book was like, he, him, father, like, like, what? Like, you've got a really well established, like, why? But that's what they did with the new Star Wars, right? They just remade them, but made Luke Skywalker a chick, basically. But see, before all this stuff was happening in the world, we loved chick characters. Dude, Bastila Shan, annoying because she was like Luke. Real. She was a real character. Like, there were so many good characters in Star Wars that were female characters before people made it a political thing. And now, like, it's ironically ruined all of our female characters. I'm like, thanks, guys. Wow, you're so amazing. Saving the world with your crappy characters. It dealt with violence and misogyny, so it was best to make the bad guy a guy with a pasty complexion. Well, that's just, yeah, that's messy. That's really messy. Luke loses his hand in the sequel. Anakin loses his hand in the sequel. Or in the prequels. Rey is perfect. Ugh. Yeah. I was a little annoyed that like, yeah. She's just a terrible character. Man, woman, Bumblebee. I don't care. They are horrible writers, and they did it to pander to people who were not even paying their bills. And you're like, dude, pandering doesn't make for good storytelling. Oh my goodness. Some of our best stories are challenging things. And they probably thought they were challenging a narrative too, but I didn't do a good job of it. Like somebody said, like arguably, like it just like you could basically say, "Hey, what's the best way to destroy like ruin female characters? Let's pretend to be supportive of female characters. And then we'll make them all perfect. But no one will suspect that we're actually ruining all of like the good characters in games. Like it's like, come on. ZB, thank you. Welcome, ZB. How's it going? People say it's because guys are sexist, but you never heard us complaining about Sarah Connor or Ellen Ripley. Exactly. Some of our best characters were when people just were like being normal about this whole topic. As soon as they got weird about the topic, they literally ruined the very people they were trying to be like backing up. It made no sense. Yeah, they were well-written characters. They're like, we need women in Star Wars. I'm sorry. You clearly know nothing about Star Wars, because Star Wars has like the most awesome female characters. Without your little like, they're like, I think everybody just wants to feel like they're an innovator and like they're really leading the charge. And so they wanted to be like, no, women didn't exist before we made the new Star Wars movies. You're like, oh my gosh. Have you ever met Leia? Before you changed her character too. Okay, so let's see. As far as miscellaneous skills. Wait, wait. Because these can take us to level up too, right? Minor skills. So restoration we need to work on. We need willpower. We need willpower so badly. So, where's my pencil? I had my little pencil. Oh, this is my pencil. Just joking. I thought it was my pen, and then I got confused because I couldn't see. My pencil disappeared because it was disguised as my pen. Oh, the deep, horrible things I'm dealing with. Princess Leia, kind of pushy and irritating, but she was a princess. It was expected. Yeah, like they actually wrote a character that made sense. Luke Skywalker, annoying and selfish because he's a kid, and he grew as a character because he matured. Yeah. Kreia, irritating, but it turns out she's manipulating you the whole time. It makes sense. Like, it makes sense with the character. They're not pandering to somebody. The only one who's perfect is Obi-Wan, and that also makes sense. Gotta go, getting ready to drive me home later. Hey, Raven, good luck, man. I hope it goes really well. Used to be a Star Wars drinking game. Each time Luke whines, take a drink. Rey never had a lightsaber Force training, yet defeated a veteran of lightsabers in the Force. Like, oh my goodness. Like, did you honestly think you were making women happy? Maybe children. Maybe children appreciated that. Because, like, they watch cartoons and unrealistic fighting stuff. Like none of their stuff is realistic anyway. But, like, what adult is like... you know what it was? And this is why I was saying, even with comedy, it's about who it's coming from. You know when it's coming from a person who's like being genuine and is good with humor, or someone who's actually trying to bite at you. You usually know. Well, sometimes you don't know, and then you make false accusations. That happens too. But it's the same thing with this movie. Because of who the movie was made by, it felt like they were kind of treating us like we were not intelligent with the characters they gave us. Maybe that's not the case, but because of who it came from, if it came from someone else, if it was a fan flick, I wouldn't have found it offensive. I'd have been like, good job, you made a Star Wars movie. Have fun. If it was like a show that was made intentionally, like, and specific, like the whole thing in its entirety made for children and it wasn't meant to be part of the main storyline, I would have been like, yeah, cool, have fun with your cute little characters. But because they're like, this is Star Wars now, you're like, okay, we're all adults now. And this is like a long respected story, and you kind of clearly didn't understand some of the lore you were dealing with. Talk about philosophy, not understanding like the core philosophies of like I don't know. I know it's a nerdy thing to get mad about, but it just shows like when someone just spits on something just for the sake of it, you're like, I feel uncomfortable with this. I don't like it. Willpower. So we need resto. It took Luke 3 movies of training to even be able to stand with Vader. And it took a Vader that had been long deteriorated. Like, that made sense. And it was still and a Vader that was conflicted too. That was clearly struggling with his own internal stuff while they were fighting. 3 different directors too. They all had different visions. Yeah, it's like you were watching a toxic couple like arguing. Or a not couple, or a friend group. Like they were bickering with the movies. That was annoying to watch. It felt selfish. Like it felt that everyone's portrayal of the movie was a selfish self-insert. And it's like, great, I'm glad you had fun. You kind of ruined the story though. I come back to Disney Star Wars. Gross. I don't want to be alive anymore. My skin is nasty. I've been resurrected again. Okay, so I feel like my endurance is painfully suffering and my willpower. So with willpower, we can work on resto, destruction, and alteration. I don't believe I have... Well, I don't have any destruction spells, so we're going to have to go find one. And alteration. I don't think I have an alteration one either. Okay. So endurance is not fantastic. We have spear and medium armor for minor skills. So let me write spear and medium armor, which is funny. I can get a medium armor set. And we have for miscellaneous, we have heavy armor. So we can go get our heavy armor set again. We also have, where's the... Wait, is armor in strength? Not endurance? No, that's axe. Where's armor? Where's armor? I don't know where it is. Somehow, I came back. Even though they blew me up twice in a ball of electricity and in a massive explosion of a moon-sized ship. Somehow, paste just got some crafter's glue and slowly put myself back together, just like I do after every time I spiral out. I walked out of TLJ and asked a young guy in the parking lot, what did we just watch? Yeah, I watched them. And like I said, I intentionally, especially if I go to a theater, if I pay money for this, I will intentionally stay blind the whole time I'm watching the movie because I am going to enjoy the flashy lights and the pretty stuff. I'm going to let myself enjoy it. And then as soon as the credits roll, I'm going to be like, what? Like now I'm going to let myself think about it. And because I let myself think about it, then obviously the experience is then disintegrated. But I at least had that moment. It was interesting. But the one movie that I could not immerse myself in, like I said, like the last time we were talking about Star Wars, was Solo. That was the one movie where the entire movie I'm like, why? Why did who spend money on what is this? Like I couldn't even let myself be blindly immersed in it. It just didn't work. Like I could not get it to register as something legitimate in my head. I'm like, if this was a fan flick, I would have been like, this is impressive. Good job, guys, on all the special effects. But it's not. This is supposed to be a legitimate movie. And I'm like, I'd have to watch it again because I watched it that one time and never even considered watching it again. I'd have to watch it again to tell you exactly why it didn't work for me. ZB, do you play Skyrim? I did play Skyrim for the first time in like a few years. Just a couple days ago. I don't stream it. I'd consider streaming it though. I played it because I was trying to make a quick video. It's taken way too long, so it's no longer a quick video. But it needs clips from Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind. And because of that, I sat my butt down and I opened a bunch of old saves, and then I realized that whatever my original character was, like my big one, like the one I've spent the most time on and gone back to the most, is not on our system, which means it was probably either accidentally deleted or it was on an older system, probably No, I'm going to say it was deleted because I'm going to be honest with you. I had a really well established character that is gone. Like that was like way past endgame. And I'm like so confused because it's not there. And it makes me a little sad because I was like, I usually have like a bunch of characters and I delete them all from time to time. But there's that one that you stick with. So I'm a little sad about that. I don't have like a, maybe I would consider streaming it at some point. I think when I first started back in the day, it was just so oversaturated with Skyrim content and with very good Skyrim content that I was like, I'd rather watch this than waste people's time watching me. Because there were such good creators around Skyrim. And I was like, whenever I'd look for something on Oblivion, I could never find anything. So I was like, I'd like to do some Oblivion because I just love it so much. And then more and more creators have popped up with Oblivion. And I've really, really liked that. Because there's this excellent content on Oblivion right now. And then a lot of people were like, wait, you haven't played Morrowind? What's wrong with you? So I'm like, I don't know if I'm brave enough for that, but I'm going to try. You know, the earlier point about people using humor to hide malicious intent, I think the same argument can be made regarding modern studios and diversity inclusion. Oh, yeah. Or subverting. I think it's just an excuse to send an FU to the fans. I'm going to be honest with you. In my personal life, I'm sorry, this is a recent conversation in my personal life where like I try to be so careful when ascribing intent, but like at a certain point, like you said, you do have to be discerning, and it really does feel like that. Like it feels very direct. Like it feels, because like how they can't not know. You have like one of the biggest, most wealthy companies with the best resources ever taking on a franchise from a man who's still working with you, and you promise to respect the content. It is not that hard. Talk to any nerd on YouTube and you will get a full breakdown. Now, yeah, they all disagree with each other about something, but like the core tenets and philosophies are not that complicated. It's pretty simple. And so it's like the fact that they made the choices they made. It's like, you can't not know what you're doing. You can't. Kathleen Kennedy was very over it. Yeah. The photo with the all-female writing team, and they all had the Forces female shirts. Like, you know what it felt like? It felt like, you know what? We're being brave and standing up to oppression. And I'm like, wow, that would be inspiring if it was true. What are you doing? Like, what does that even mean? It's annoying. It's so annoying. Yeah, I don't know her personally. I do not like the choices she's made. I don't like any of it. And I'm like, you guys literally ruined the female characters. You have done a tremendous disservice to any female characters and to female watchers. You literally ruined Star Wars for me. And there was a period of time where I was genuinely not even a fan of any Star Wars. Not the old movies, not the new ones. I didn't want to play any of the games. I had like a couple months where I was like, I don't think I'm a fan of Star Wars at all anymore. And it was like one of the biggest inspirations to me. If I could say I had any escapism tendencies, if I had anything that I ever used to cope with anything in my life, it was watching and getting my imagination just being swept up in Star Wars, in the movies, in the games. So for me, I know it's just a movie, but it was an impactful thing for me. And I genuinely stopped being a fan for a certain amount of time. And then I realized, no, Disney Star Wars just isn't Star Wars to me. I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen. And it's been so many years since I've watched them that in my mind it hasn't poisoned the well anymore, because I just don't remember the movies, the newer movies. And I just went back to the old ones. Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy gave their word they would follow George's story. Yeah, that's the thing. On one hand, I was like, you know what? They paid a bunch of money for it. They have the right to interpret it like that. He chose to sell it. But then when I saw that clip where they were talking to each other, and it seemed so genuine, like, man, we got to respect your story. You have such a legacy. Watching the conversation on video, I'm like, oh, that just nail in the coffin. That just shows, like, that shows that it felt dishonest to me. Darth Bane, that's the book that I was talking about. I think it was the first Darth Bane book. I was telling everyone how I tried to write my own book. I loved writing and I loved Star Wars. So I started writing a book. And then I read, I think it was the first Darth Bane book. And it was a literal, I think it was that book. It might not have been, but I think it was the first one. And it was an inverted mirror image of exactly what I was writing in my story. And I was like, I will never write again. It was almost exact. And I'm like, it discouraged me from ever writing again. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy good stories that other people have written. And I'm going to leave it at that. It feels like people are doing things, a lot of things, only with the passion to prove to others that they can do more. That they can do more than doing things out of passion for the thing itself and doing it well. Yeah, there's like no appreciation for art. Everything has to be political. I dislike that. You disagree with me on politics? That's great. I'm so glad I got to know you better. End of conversation. Not everything has to be bludgeoning each other with different opinions. I think like what I like seeing is when I watch people in a very aggressive conversation, like they really are passionate about their opposing views, and then they shake hands and continue eating their lunch, and they just love each other and they're cool. I'm like, that's cool. You can be passionate about something and really have it mean something to you, but not have it in any way affect your relationship with that person. It affects the conversation you have about it, maybe, but it's just such a rare thing to find nowadays, though. I mean, what did you expect coming from coming from snakes? Of course, people like KK and Iger would say anything to get their grubby mitts on a beloved IP. But and I'm like, what benefit did it do to bury it though? I don't. I felt the same way when I heard I don't know Chris Cornell, but I'm assuming he's an incredible singer. No need for me to try. See, I like singing with earbuds in because then I think I sound like the person singing. I'm going to remain delusional because I wish. That's my other great passion and stress reliever in life is singing. But I know I'm not the person who could do it. So I'm just going to just ramp up the volume and just enjoy the vibes. Speed. Well, we know resto is willpower. Sneak is agility. Medium armor is endurance. Wait, medium and heavy armor endurance? Oh, cool. I thought after episode 3, 6 movie, Star Wars went downhill fast. Yeah, there are a few movies and shows that we've enjoyed, but some of the stuff is I feel like either they intentionally did a bad job or they made it look like it was high budget and it must have been really low budget because some of the stuff they've made just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. Feel a little weird about it. If we wandered around in heavy armor, let things hit us, and then used our willpower and restoration, then we could invest in luck. As I've been told, Morrowind does luck better. Restoration. I don't know. I'll put some Chris Cornell in the Discord over the weekend. Oh, okay. Check him out. He was something. Dang it, man. Another RIP. All the great artists that we've mentioned today, it's all an RIP situation. Man, that's sad. Sobering, but sad. Sneak, medium armor. Okay. So, miscellaneous skills. So if we were to go, everything else is miscellaneous. So if we were to do restoration is also our other thing, right? Our Rest of St. Maris is resto. Hearth Heal is resto. Feather is... Oh! We've got Feather. We have alteration. Sweet. Where's alteration? Alteration is willpower. Yes! So alteration. So resto and alt. We'll just do those. I think we should just spam them. I'm going to be honest. So for our next level, we'll do a willpower, endurance, and I guess luck situation. I don't see why not. It's like Mark Twain said, all great men are dead. I don't feel so well myself. You know what we've decided? Well, this is actually not quite. This doesn't have to do with art. This has to do with like philosophy. Is we've decided we'll listen to the guys that are no longer alive when it comes to a lot of stuff like that. Like morality and life and beliefs and stuff. We only listen to the people who are, well, not only, but vast majority of people we listen to are going to be the people who have already passed, because the people who are still alive have yet to abandon their beliefs and throw away morality. And we've seen it so many times that we're like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to stick with some dead philosophers for a while. Because at least we know where they actually stood by the end of it. I mean, a lot of people renounce things. That's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's growth. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's regression. I don't know. It's not mine to say. But it is funny. Like, we're just like, so many people can switch up that we're like, you know what? We'll stick with the people who are already like, you know, already well established for just a little while. Just for a break. Wait, endurance is also spear. Sweet. We have a way to attack. I thought we were just going to sit there getting hit and using restoration. Beautiful. Obviously, athletics is going to be leveled up, but you know, that's just part of life, isn't it? Chris Cornell had a beautiful voice. Also, I hope y'all have a fun day. Nerdy, I hope your Morrowind adventures continue to be fun. I will lurk, but I gotta go do some car. Oh, thanks for the lurk. Sweet. Oh, shoot. We're hitting. I just realized what time it is. But yeah, sweet. Oh, car repairs sound fun. Enjoy that. And I hope it goes smoothly. I hope it's fun, not frustrating. Also, I keep forgetting to join Discard. I'll fix that soon. I think I have the right link. Sometimes it changes, and I'm still trying to learn how to, you know, still learning how that works. But yeah. But take it easy, man. Is it this door? Yeah, right? We're in the right door. We're going the right... Wait. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah. Wait.
Yes?
Am I still trapped in here? How do I get out?
I'm listening.
Ooh, Legion Garrison. That's cool. Boops all around. You get a boop. And you get a boop. Wait. How do I escape this place? It's so annoying. It's not annoying. I just don't know what I'm doing, and I'm blaming it on the game. It makes it easier for me. How do I get out? Just let me go. Grand Council Chambers.
Yes, what is it?
You have such a gentle voice. Wait, weren't we told about this chick? I am acid rain. The first thing I thought was acid rain. I don't know why. My brain went that direction.
Spit it out or hit the road.
Oh, chill. Oh, look. Sand people are in this game. See, there's so many cross references. It's amazing. Which genre of music do you enjoy, Nerdy? I'm gonna be honest. For a long time, it was just whatever's popular at the moment. And whatever I could pick a harmony out of, I'd be like, I've decided I like you because I don't sing well and I need to be able to figure out how to sing. I don't have like a specific, outside of like vaguely popular music at the time. I don't know. I like some old stuff. I like some new stuff. But I tend to do the I tend to kind of do the ADD thing where you like obsessively listen to like one song 1,000 times and then you never listen to it again and then you just listen to something else. So I don't really have any music that I specifically like. I think I've been asked that before and I'm like, am I not normal? Like I don't even have an answer for that. Like I could say I like oldies, But I literally only listened to like 3 CDs about, 500 times. So I technically don't like oldies. Because I actually only like those specific CDs that my dad showed me, and now I like them. But I don't know anything about like the genre, technically. I like old stuff like Gregorian chants. Yes, that's my genre, 100%. Because I just, it's like I said, I just want something that I can vibe to. I literally don't know how to get out of here, and I'm kind of like weirded out. Oh! I did it! I found my way out. I just went the way I didn't go before. It's almost like if you don't succeed, you can try again. It is possible. Ugh, we'll tie it up soon. I think best case scenario is going to be we're going to we're going to get the right... We're going to get the right weapon in our hands so that we level up the right things because we're so responsible. We're going to do some armorer. But only on the things we actually need. Oh. No. Wow. These run out quickly. Okay. And then... Wait. Short sword. Short sword. Oh, no. That's in speed. Where's long blade is in... Oh, that's in strength. Yeah, we're not doing that right now, man. Whee! We did a good job. Aw. Mr. A, check out some Byzantine Greek Orthodox chants. Also, She Sells Sanctuary by the Cult is my favorite single of all time. Great song for driving. I was singing to myself in the grocery store and a lady came up to ask what I was singing. Sal Virginia. She heard me from an aisle or two over. Sun King by the Cult. See, like, I don't know any of these. Okay. We're getting to a spot where we can fight things. There's also been a lot of mud crabs. I can handle a mud crab. Hey. Boop. Oh, no. You're diseased. Listen. Don't look at me like that. Why is everything diseased that gets close to me? Oh, thank goodness. Why did I choose spear right when I'm about to go near a bunch of disease stuff? Ah! No, don't look at me. Okay. Dude, my fast feet. My fast feet are so cute. Loading area. I had that happen like a couple times in a row. Do you see the... Okay. Those little dudes, those little scribs, they're so cute, but oh my. Every time, I'm like, someone's sneaking up on me. It's about to go down. Okay, we're gonna take a break from the boots. It is so dark. And we really need to... So, Bretons have the 50% resist. So the effect of the blinding is only 50%, as was explained to me. And in order to get those boots, those speedy boots, to work without blinding me 50%, I need to compensate. And I have... Oh, wow! Yeah, see, now it's lighter. Spears increased to 35. So now... I'm going to write down a little tally mark for spear for endurance. See? Now let's see. We're going to be extra attentive, like extra attentive to level ups and see if I'm still not getting the same calculation that the game's getting. Because that happens with Oblivion from time to time.
Outlander, I haven't much time.
You haven't much time? Oh, dear sir. At your... Oh, no. Haha, peace out, weirdo. He's the guy who's like, oh no, I need to kiss you. Now maybe he's trying to turn into a scrib. It's like, if a princess kisses me, I'll turn into a scrib. I'm not supposed to be human. MK, how's it going, man? Zero. Oh, see, but we're supposed to be working on restoration. And restoration, we have the rest of St. Maris. No. Learn buttons. I know what I see. I know what I'm doing. Kind of. I am learning. I'm doing my best, okay? Okay, here we go. How's Morrowind treating you, pit dog? I am so great. Okay, so we had, I don't know who all saw this, but I'm just gonna be honest. I did embarrass myself a little if you didn't happen to see it. I got 5 plus 2s. It is the most depressing level up I have ever had in my life. And I wish never to repeat it, so I was like, okay, fine. Now is the time to try efficient leveling, if ever. Because that was just... that was ugly. No. Come on, we can cast the spell. Look at that. Look at us go. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to do that again. Now we click X. Now we have our... See, like, I'm learning some of the buttons. Am I great at this? No, I am not. But I am trying to be half decent at this. Just wandering around. Save the first pair of expensive pants you can find. Hunt for a grand soul. Enchant it with 6 points of restore fatigue per second. It makes running around so much more tolerable. Oh! See, that would be smart. Did you hear that? I could put the boots back on, but just at night it gets really dark. Enchant it referring to the pants, of course, not the soul gem. If I hold this rock in my pocket, I will be fast and speedy. No, I got you. I actually almost did that. I had a weighted vest, and I was like, wait, if I don't want to have all the weighted vest, I could stick the weighted thingies in my pockets. And I'm like, no, that sounds variable. I don't want to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick the soul gem in my pocket and be like, why is this not working? But like we're with the... Is it the same thing like the fancy pants? The nicer clothes can be enchanted higher? Who's this dude? Girl, man, chick. Mari Armin. Wait, bandit nearby. I thought we already dealt with this thing. Yeah, I think we already finished this quest, didn't we? That's why she's being so nice to us? Yeah, okay. Yes, the better quality items hold more enchantments. That's so interesting. It's all about the thread count. This is not just about comfort, babe. I need it for my enchantments. I need a fortify speed or how will I ever get the dishes done? Like, this is a necessity. I need the 20,000 thread count, obviously. Silk. Authentic mulberry organic. Obviously. I need designer because I need to become more efficient at making sandwiches. I don't know. I need higher endurance. That's what I'm going to say next time. I really want like next time we need to replace like a nice sheet set or like pillowcases. I did get a nice pillowcase once. It's like, it's a necessity. So wait, it doesn't do... You can't enchant things multiple times, right? It's just like the quality of the enchantment itself. Ugh, come on. I know in Oblivion you can't do multiple enchantments on something. Pretty sure Skyrim is the same. I could be wrong. But you... Oh, you're diseased. Get away from me. Disgusting creature. Why don't you do a face cam? I've never done... Well, first of all... If I'm going to be 100% honest, I don't have one. And I really don't know how to set one up. It's like a whole separate skill set. Each thing I've added to stream, actually even just starting stream has been like learning new things, like just self-teaching myself like new things, which is, I mean, self-taught isn't really self-taught anymore, is it? Because we got YouTube, but you know what I mean. Oh, I'm going up that thing. What do they call them? Not the valleys, but they have a name for these like oh, what do you call it? But yeah, I've never done face cam. I'd considered it at some point, maybe. But yeah. Then I'd have to like brush my hair and like look cute. Not really. I'm joking. Whitbane, yay, we've contracted a disease. Every creature I have fought so far has been diseased, and we've avoided it this whole time. I need to get a cure disease. I need to get a cure disease spell. That's what I need to do. We need to go to the Mages Guild. And we need to deal with the situation. Facecam overrated? I hope so. Actually, there were a lot of people for a while saying, oh, you don't have facecam, you're never going to get anywhere, you're never going to do anything. Not to me directly. Just the general advice given to people is like, well, if you're not doing a face cam, why bother? And I'm like, I hope that's not true. I've watched creators without face cams. Actually, the ones that I really like are creators who have little animated like stick figures of themselves or something. I want to do that. I want to get into like the animation stuff, but like, again, it's a whole nother skill set. It's not like I'd be able to hire somebody. I'd have to do it myself. And I'm like, unless if it's going to be good or funny, I'm not going to bother with it. ZB, you made it this far. You should do it. You would have a much bigger following. Not sure if that's your goal. Well, my original goal was just to make like walkthrough and like factual videos about Oblivion. It wasn't even to stream. Streaming just came about because I couldn't produce the videos quickly enough because it's just me. So I'm like, you know what? I end up having these like conversations spaced out by months at a time. It was just hard to like not connect and do stuff on a regular basis because the videos were just take so long. Had there been face cam, I never would have clicked. There's a plague of reaction content. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of that too. I don't mind face cam, but if I do see something that's like overt like that, I don't watch. It's not one of the things that attracts me, if I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather be no cam. That's why I don't like a lot of streamers right now. Like there's a lot of like interesting characters that do weird things just to get your reaction on screen. And I'm like, and a lot of them are like younger guys. I'm like, okay. And like girls. And I'm like, okay, they're younger. They probably have a different, oh, you just said, I think it's a Gen Z thing. I'm like, maybe they just have their own humor or something. Whatever the young, like the people who are newer to streaming, it's like or they're harassing people. I'm like, that's not funny, dude. That's just you being annoying. I know I'd rather have a variety of having my face being public on the internet. There's so many reasons not to do. Yeah, I didn't really want that either. Neither did Mr. Nerdy. He's like, we're very private people. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was like, that's why when I started streaming specifically, that's when it was like, oh, the animated stickers have so much personality. They really do. There's a lot of really funny ones. When people have like great animations, oh, I really want to have like really comedic, really simple, like really base ones, like really simple ones, but like the little emotions you get on their face are so funny. It keeps my little ADD attention when they have those little faces with the big emotions. My face is made for radio? Who knows? Some people who say that. It's not true. A guy I listen to introduces himself as Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Oh, that's funny. A face for radio and a voice for print. Having a face feel more real for the viewer and you are genuine. I do agree that there's a different connection when somebody can see your face as you're talking. You're not a reaction-based creator. Oh, I see that's really nice. I appreciate that. The one thing we have discovered though is it can be hard to discern tone when you're not seeing your face, or when you're just text, you're typing text. I think the one thing I do like about some creators is when they have multiple people communicating on their stream. I'm like, that's cool. I like it. Like, it'd be nice to be able to talk with voice, but I'm sure that could get complicating too, and I don't even know how to do that on a technical level. I'm always telling YouTube, don't recommend channel when it's just some random woman playing. Oh, yeah. Parasocial. Oh, yeah, I could get parasocial. But that's why people get all, like, crazy on screen, is they're, like, trying to have experiences with people and kind of feel like, I don't know. I can't tell you what those people are thinking, because quite frankly, I don't watch them. But when certain things come up, I'm like, I'm so old. I'm from the age of the internet before social media. We're all avatar icons and pseudonyms. Yeah, see, I like that. I like that era. That's a good era. I feel like people know too much, but because of that, they don't realize that they don't know anything at all about, like, the people they're watching. Because so much is out there that it's like it makes people feel like, oh wow, we really know them, and it's like, yeah, but they don't show what they don't want to show. So, like, they're gonna make you feel like you know them, but then if you act like you know them, they might find it offensive. Like, who knows? Depends on who you're talking to. Oh, I found the gate. No, I didn't find the gate. It's a bridge. Man, it was more rowdy, but also more forgiving. That's ironic, but true. Yeah, put everything on your permanent record. Oh, yeah, it's so weird. I've seen some stuff where you're like, hey, maybe a person's hidden something that they've done or that they do, and you're like, oh. But I feel like almost every time I've seen, like, a social media expose, it's always like, they made a weird comment 15 years ago, and you're like, everybody made weird comments 15 years ago. Like, what is the, yeah? And the person who's accusing that person of something probably did so much worse. I'm gonna respect your space, little dude. Hey, add permanent record by Edward Snowden. I recognize that name. That sounds familiar. Edward Snowden to your audiobook list. Oh! It's a book. For a split second, I thought it was a song. I'm like, oh, a song called The Permanent Record. Man, cool record, dude. Permanent record. That sounds familiar. There was still, so I was listening to an audiobook, and then I didn't finish it, and then there was another one recommended to me, but I didn't have time for it. And now I'm like, oh, I gotta look up the Star Wars one that was the Timothy Zahn Allegiance. I have to look that one up, because now I don't have any audiobooks to listen to. Snowden was the government contractor. I was like, that sounds so familiar. Why does that name sound so familiar? Who exposed the intrusion of your U.S. surveillance state into private citizen data. Ugh. Yeah, that sounds like a good read. I bet that's really interesting. Yeah. I wrote it down. I was like, why does that name? What? Please tell me it didn't stall. Well, unfortunately, I think that might be where we're at. I think it just stalled. Oh, man. Well, we had some good people in today, guys, and some people I hadn't seen in a while. Also, only one spam bot from Twitch, so we're doing pretty good. We did have a couple Twitch people in too, which was really nice. Let's see. So let's see, who did we have? So if you're in chat, if you send a little message, I write your name down and I shout you out at the end. So I know at the beginning I might have missed a couple people, by the way, because I hadn't pulled my pen out and started writing, and I was like trying to catch up, but because my chat thing logged out, then I couldn't see everybody's chats. So I hope I'm not missing anyone. If I'm missing somebody, just be like, yo, you missed me. Hello, I'm right here. And I'll be like, oh yeah. So let's see, we had MKMK, ZB, Brief Gaming, Invictus, Mr. Anderson, Sheenazi. Oh man, your name every time it. Phoenix, we had back. Brysicle, Raven, I'm Ant, Puddin' Pop Palpatine, David Riker Jr. I think we had a couple other people that I didn't like speed write their names as fast as I could. I didn't catch them. I really apologize. Pens and pencils. During the space race, the U.S. invested millions to invent a pen that could write in zero gravity. Oh. Is it the one that can write underwater and like in freezing temperatures or something? The Russians used a pencil? Oh, that's funny. That's a funny comparison. Wow. Jeez. Let's see. What do we got? We got let's see. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to the Legionnaires who I got to see yesterday playing Fable 2. That's our membership. We hang out. We play games that are not Elder Scrolls or Fallout or Bethesda related. But those are things we play. Right now we're playing Morrowind. We did just get through a couple Oblivion characters. And Skyrim is not off the table. It's an option. But it's definitely, I can't get, the game totally stalled. I'm so sad. I probably lost, I'm going to have to retravel. It's okay. I will survive. I will live. But we're going to continue trying to efficient level in Morrowind. I think we're going to be fine. Do you ever do isometric RPGs? Not entirely sure what that is. Let me see. Isometric RPGs. Those are the ones that I was saying I'm not a big fan of. Because I never played them. I didn't play them long ago. So I never got used to the gameplay. So it's always like so hyperactive. Like there's so much going on the screen that I'm like, what is even happening? Like it's very hard. I don't know. I've played one, I think. But it was like way zoomed in, and it was like a different, I don't know, I think it was a kid's game, and I played it like when I was a kid or something like that. But yeah, I have not played a lot of those games. I'm also don't know if I'm good at them. I guess I wouldn't know. But yeah, I haven't. So I'd have to consider trying it at some point. Have a nice rest of your day, nerdy. Boop. Oh, boop, man. I hope your car, you're working on your car is going well. I hope it's fun. I like working on cars, but I've never had to do it alone. I've always been like working alongside someone who is smarter than me. So I'm like, oh, it's enjoyable when something goes wrong and you're with somebody. I don't think I've ever had to encounter, well, yeah, I've only done little things by myself, not big things. But yeah. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, everybody have a good one. It was good to see you guys. It was good to see some I was going to say some faces, some icons / usernames that I hadn't seen in a while. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping me through my first playthrough of Morrowind. I've never played this game before, obviously, except for this round of, not today is my first time, but like this is my first character. We've played it for what, a month? 2 months, maybe? This is my first playthrough of Morrowind. I'm primarily an Oblivion player who also played a lot of Skyrim. Did you name your list? I did name my list. But if I forgot somebody, I was like, shout it out if I forgot you, because because the stream was going and I didn't have the sidebar, my sidebar chat got like messed up. So if somebody like snuck in and snuck out, I didn't catch them. Now I'm just at work, so I miss things. No, you miss things. Well, let's not forget Mr. Anderson. Oh, I did have you on. Yeah, I'm like, I think I have most people on the list. But I'm like, I feel like I might have missed somebody in like the very beginning. I think I missed a couple people, and I tried to catch up, and I was like, I think I'm good. I think I have everyone. But yeah, those are all our chatters, but the lurkers, man, we love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for chilling with me while I'm trying to learn how to efficient level in Morrowind. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. And just to be clear, the next one is on Tuesday. Somebody mentioned I still don't have it in my thing. It's Tuesday and Thursday, and then Wednesday for our Legionnaires. But yeah. Oh, and the last person we could shout out, Pugalo. That's a cute name, but I don't think I pronounced it correctly. But awesome. Welcome to our order. And I will see both Twitch and YouTube in the next one.